So we had the first HEX meetup ever.
The historic meeting.
The historic first HEX ever. It was you, myself, Brissology, Yashdeep.
Yeah.
And who was the other one that was there?
Briss.
No, I said Briss.
Oh, you said
I missed somebody though.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
You, me, Yashdeep, Briss, and there was one other person there. Vince.
Vince. Yeah.
Underneath that big tree.
Big tree, the oak tree and stuff in that park and stuff.
We were talking, yeah. So we took a picture. I leaned into the picture, and of course, DC's like a, what, are you 6?
Yeah, you guys, I'm 6'2", but like, they said I'm some short, like, all you, shame, haram against you guys. You guys all thought I was some 5-foot Mexican. Like, I thought you were 5'2", Miguel. What happened? The camera angle.
Well, I looked really short, so I got memed as being, they chopped my legs off and put my shoes at my knees and did all kinds of cool. They put me in the pocket of Rackham.
Yeah.
They had me with all my floaties on and my rubber ducky and stuff, and yeah, it's funny.
It really. I think
there is some fun in the memes, but in all seriousness, we can do that and we can have fun, and I'm not saying not to do that stuff, and I'm not saying that somebody doesn't deserve to be trolled every once in a while.
Right.
But where's the other? Where's the praise? Where's the integrity? Where's the trust? Where are you building that? Who are you building that with? Do you just because you're an influencer and your DMs fill up, do you talk to somebody who's in need?
Mm.
I spent some time with a young man this morning who's having trouble with addiction, and someone sent him my way, and we got a chance to talk. Addiction.
Wow. Okay.
And that's one of my things. I've been clean sober for 28 years myself.
Yeah.
And so people come to me and ask questions about that. So I did. I let them know what I knew and what I can do to kind of help guide them or whatever. Because that's just, when you're given something, you give it back.
Yeah.
And how many of us are doing that kind of stuff? And are we talking about, is that who we really are? And the meme is just a little bit of side thing of us? Or are we really the meme, the troll, and every once in a while we'll play a human being?
Yeah. I mean, I can't speak to like helping someone with addiction, but I mean, I can tell you this right now. Let me protect the innocent here a little bit. Well, I had a talk with somebody that basically I think was going to kill themselves. Yeah. This was like maybe a month ago. I had to talk them off the ledge. It's
kind of weird how you get into this thing and you don't think that that's like what direction this is going to take. But I mean, even in our first streams, there was another man that came to the community, and he didn't commit suicide because of our streams, because he was hanging out with us. And we've heard that a couple of times, and so the human element is important, and trust is important.
You know what he told me that really made me like really pause for a second was, he said, Miguel, I didn't think you were gonna call me. I didn't think I was a real person. I can't believe you take your bro. I'm getting a little emotional here because but he was like, I thought I wasn't a real person, so I never in a million years thought you'd actually call me, Miguel.
It's crazy, huh? And just a DM, just answering somebody, showing some humanity when they need it. It's important. It's part of the human experience. And the 10% of the bullshit that we all harbor inside ourselves, it doesn't mean anything at that point. When you're talking to somebody like you could be a total, this political side of the spectrum, freaking Trump supporter,
Proud Boy.
Proud Boy. And this guy could be the total liberal, tree hugging, whatever you want to call him.
Right.
But at that moment, it doesn't matter. Because that's what really matters, is that 90% of humanity that we have. That other stuff, that's 10% of who we are.
Right.
That other bullshit is 10% of who we are. The 90% is the real human experience. The people that care about one another, care about somebody not, offing themselves.
Right.
That's all of us. There's maybe one or two maniacal people out of hundreds of thousands of people that think that way.
Yeah.
But the most part of human beings don't want to see somebody blow their brains out in front of them. Don't want to see somebody abuse a child. don't want to see somebody lose everything they got, don't want to see somebody suffering, don't want to see somebody, losing their home or any of that normal human experience stuff. That's what's important.
The
humanity is what's important. And the other stuff, the red pillars and the 10% of the stuff that we all want to fight about and all this stuff, and it doesn't matter.
The reason I like the cryptocurrency space and all these things is because, look, there are zero-sum games. Mm-hmm. And then there's these zero-sum games are basically like we're all competing. Like the reason the red pill and all this stuff exists and stuff is because there is a competition between male versus male for certain females. Same thing as females on the other side, right?
Yeah.
Versus something like wealth games where, if we all buy, I think Richard says this all the time. If everyone who has a house in the neighborhood decides to sell their house tomorrow, the houses will be worth like $1,000 bucks. Of course. Right? So the same thing with the cryptos. If everyone believes in a crypto, buys it and stuff, over time the price will just go up. Everyone gets. It's a wealth effect. Mm-hmm. You have the wealth effect, and it's much better to play these kind of games, like believing in humanity, helping humanity out and stuff. This is all makes everyone else wealthier because investing in humanity is important. Like I am not for this whole thing of like having no kids because it hurts the environment. Can you believe it? I saw a post today on Twitter. It was really beautiful. It was a man and a woman who had 10 children. That's a lot, but they had 10 children, had basically one every year for the past 10 years, and people are saying like poor environment. Could you believe that? Poor environment?
Yeah, and that's just a handful of people.
Wait, let me just say one thing. Fuck the environment. I put humans over the environment.
Well, yeah,
drill.
I'm native. I'm native, so I have a different opinion about the environment. But it's about respect for it.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with you can't hurt humans and try and save the environment. You have to find out how to symbiotically make that work. Right. Natives did that for
a long
eternity.
Time.
Yeah. And it was because they had total respect for it.
Right.
They understood what it meant to them. They understood that the dirt that they walked on, they didn't spit on it. People don't understand. Like natives, we don't spit on the ground, just because we have that much respect for it. And it's there to provide you.
Yeah.
And just like all the animals, we're not vegans, we're meat eaters.
Yeah.
But we respected that buffalo so much.
Used every part of it.
We used every part of it.
Yeah.
But we also, when we killed it and ate it, we had ceremony for it.
Right.
We respected it that much. And there's a story, and the story is that human beings, we were put on the earth naked, with nothing.
Birthday suit.
And vulnerable. Like there's nothing more vulnerable than a human baby. Right. Everything else can kind of do a lot better than a human baby. You put a human baby, in a hole in some hay, and it's going to die,
right,
whether it's fed or not or whatever. But a mother mole will, live in mud and cold, and the little babies will survive. But we as humans, the buffalo said, when the human came to Earth, the buffalo said, "I'll take care of the human. I'll give it clothes. I'll give it food. I will fertilize the ground that will grow the food that it will eat also. I give my body and everything to it." And the humans knew this story. So that's how much respect they had for the buffalo and the environment. And the same with the earth and the water and all those things. And now I don't want to get all, woo-woo on it, but there's a story, there's a lesson in there.
Yeah.
There's a lesson in there about proper stewardship of the planet. And I don't say that we need to do stupid things and not provide for human beings and for human beings' advancement and all that kind of stuff. But we have to be a little cognizant of what it's doing.
Right.
And what is it really a benefit, or did we just fill people's pockets, and then those people that have the full pockets push a narrative out there so that we can say, yeah, fuck that, drill. Right. Did they just make us say that for what? Isn't there's enough of everything out there for us to not have to do all of that.
I'm just wondering why they have this narrative about not having kids anymore and doing this.
But you say they, and you say then, and I'm just going to push back a little bit on it.
Please.
Because, it's, and it's a certain sect of people that are saying these kinds of things. And there's a certain sect of people that are on the other side of it saying them.
The technocrats, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, the fact that having more children is going to wreck the environment, of course it has some impact on it. But does it mean anything to human beings? No, it doesn't. Population has never meant, overpopulation has never happened. Have you ever flew over the United States? Come on, we all have.
It's empty.
It's empty.
Fuck.
It's empty. It's empty. There's nothing out there. There's plenty of room. There's plenty. The world is so abundant that everybody could live like kings. Right. But we don't allow that. Human beings like to pull each other down like the crabs in the bucket. Yeah. And then when other people are always trying to one up themselves or trying to help themselves out of that situation or whatever, we have all these others trying to push it down because they don't want them to have it. For instance, like the immigration thing. People don't want people in this country that are seeking asylum from, countries, 3 countries away that they walked from to get their families out of it because maybe some of their children were killed by the authorities or the cartels or whatever. So they march and they walk through country after country after country. And then they get to our border and they ask for asylum. That's what America is. Yeah. It's asylum country. That's what we always were. If you don't fucking think so, take that fucking statue down right now. That bitch has got that torch up there. Take her fucking ass down now.
She's French anyway.
Yeah, take her fucking down because we aren't that anymore. We aren't. If you're going to rail against somebody trying to better their lives, trying to make their family survive in the most abundant country in the world where billionaires live and all of us live like the fucking homeless people have cell phones. And you'd think we don't have enough? And those people proved themselves worthy of being an American. Because that's what American is. See, I'm the real American because I'm a Native American. You are too. You've got Native blood in you. But everybody else was just planted here. Right. Everybody else had the opportunity to come here and reap from this abundance. Right. And for anybody to stop others from doing so, I think is wrong. I think that you've got a problem. You've got a serious, serious problem if you think that lady who carried her 2 or 3 children from fucking Guatemala all the way up here. El Salvador to seek asylum. Asylum. I'm not talking about a Mexican cartel member, which that is not the majority of people that come over our border are not Mexican cartel members.
Preach.
They're not. That happens rarely. But the people trying to seek asylum, that happens a lot. There's a lot of people trying to better their lives and come here. And what are they going to do? They're going to clean your fucking hotel room. Yeah. They're going to mow your lawn. They're going to pick your fucking vegetables. They're going to cook your food, your sushi. There's Mexican guys.
They're going to take our jobs, bro.
and that's what I don't understand is like, we'll rail against things like that, but we won't rail against Citizens United.
It is fucking scapegoatism. That's what it is. It is literally breads and circus. Yeah. That's all it really is, dudes.
And we won't talk about, the banks that got $7 trillion. $7 trillion, and you're worried about a mom and her 2 kids getting a handout, come over the border, let's feed you, let's put you away, and then let's give you a chance